Welcome back to SpaceX Saga, where we bring you the latest updates, deep dives, and exclusive breakdowns on the most ambitious space program humanity has ever witnessed. Today, we're tackling one of the most intriguing questions in the world of aerospace. How exactly will SpaceX bring Starship back to Starbase? For years, the idea of returning both stages of Starship, booster and ship, to the very Launchpad they took off from has seemed like a distant dream. But now, that dream is inching closer to reality. For the first time, SpaceX has officially laid out its plan for Starship's return. The FAA has published a draft-tiered environmental assessment that details proposed re-entry paths, impact zones, safety considerations, and operational corridors. It's a major step forward. So how significant is this proposal? What are the technical and regulatory hurdles SpaceX must overcome? And when can we expect to see the first full return to Starbase? Stay tuned, because in today's episode, we're breaking it all. 2025 has been a pivotal year for Starship. After a rocky start in earlier flights, marked by explosions, heat shield failures, and staging issues, the program finally turned a corner with Flight 10. That mission was the first to reach orbit and survive re-entry in one piece. It gave the world something we hadn't seen before: a massive, fully reusable second stage successfully returning from space. Now, as we approach Flights 11 and 12, the stakes are higher than ever. SpaceX is no longer just trying to reach orbit. They're now trying to return from it safely and reliably. And this shift has led to the next big question: can Starship land back at its point of origin, Starbase, in Boca Chica, Texas? In late 2025, the Federal Aviation Administration released a draft Tiered Environmental Assessment, EA, detailing updated flight corridors, airspace closures, and operational zones for future Starship flights. Within the documents, we find a detailed blueprint of how SpaceX intends to bring both Starship and Super Heavy back to Starbase. Let's look at the upper stage, or ship, first. According to simulation imagery provided in the assessment, Starship's re-entry trajectory begins over the northeastern Pacific Ocean, north of the Hawaiian Islands. It then arcs southeast, passing over open ocean, approaching northern Mexico, and finally arriving at the Texas coastline near Boca Chica. The final descent corridor features two safety zones: a red core path representing the intended flight path, a yellow buffer zone, which serves as a safety margin in case of minor deviations. This layered structure gives SpaceX the flexibility it needs in case onboard systems adjust the flight mid-re-entry. But here's where it gets even more interesting. The proposed re-entry route isn't just over open water. It crosses parts of mainland Mexico, introducing a host of diplomatic, safety, and environmental concerns. Why is this important? Because this airspace is busy. Up to 200 commercial aircraft may be flying through these corridors every hour. If SpaceX launches 22 Starship missions per year, that could affect 3,000 to 4,400 flights annually. That's not a minor disruption. It's a major national and international coordination effort. SpaceX will need to work closely with the FAA, the Mexican Civil Aviation Authority, environmental agencies, maritime traffic regulators. In fact, the draft EA confirms that mitigation strategies are being designed to minimize impact on commercial aviation. This includes daytime-only landings for ship to maximize visibility and minimize risk. What about the Super Heavy booster? While ship re-enters from orbit, the booster performs a shorter suborbital return after stage separation. The assessment reveals two proposed return corridors for Super Heavy. One heads northeast, passing near Florida, and then out into the open Atlantic. 2. The second path runs southeast, passing between Mexico and Cuba, continuing past Jamaica and into the southern Atlantic. Each of these return trajectories will depend on mission-specific needs, environmental conditions, and air traffic coordination. While ship landings will only occur in daylight, Super Heavy may return at night up to 3 times per year. These night missions are limited to airspaces with lower flight density, around 10 aircraft per hour. Still, nighttime landings could disrupt 120 flights per mission, for an annual total of up to 360 affected flights. SpaceX may be bold, but it's not reckless. One key element in the proposed landing zones is the offshore buffer. Neither ship nor booster is strictly required to land on land. The Gulf of Mexico serves as a fallback location for either vehicle in case of emergency. We saw this approach used successfully during Flight 6, when a controlled splashdown was executed for safety. This offshore option gives SpaceX and the FAA added flexibility, especially in the early stages of full-scale landings. Also, all Starship returns are expected to be uncrewed for the foreseeable future, further reducing the immediate risks during testing. Starship's return isn't just about flight paths, it's also about ground systems. At Starbase, SpaceX is preparing 2 launch towers, each equipped with Mechazilla arms, the massive steel arms that will eventually catch both booster and ship as they descend. Pad 2 is nearing operational status and could support Flight 12. Pad 1 is undergoing upgrades to its orbital launch mount, chopsticks, and heat shielding. The goal is to enable rapid reuse, not just recovery. That means catching both stages, refueling, and launching again within days, not months. SpaceX isn't stopping with Starship Viz 2. Starting as early as Flight 12, we'll see the debut of Starship Viz 3, featuring upgraded Raptors, improved heat shield tiles, stronger tank structures, optimized COPVS, composite overwrapped pressure vessels. These improvements are specifically engineered for catching and reusability. Eventually, Starship Viz 4 will add more enhancements, bringing us closer to routine orbital return missions. Elon Musk has hinted that between Flight 13 and 15, we could see the first catch attempt of both stages. But that depends on one key thing. Flight 12 must succeed. If SpaceX pulls this off, returning both ship and booster directly to Starbase, it will mark a historic milestone. We're talking about a fully reusable 2-stage launch system. No other nation, company, or agency is close to matching this capability. Just consider the impact. Launch costs plummet, turnaround time shrinks, interplanetary missions become affordable, and the door to Mars opens wider than ever before. So, will SpaceX really bring Starship home? The answer is, not only is it possible, it's already happening. The environmental framework is being built, the hardware is being tested, and the vision is as clear as ever. The return path to Starbase isn't science fiction anymore. It's science, and it's in motion. So, what do you think? Will Starship return to its launch site next year? Drop a 1 in the comments if you believe SpaceX will pull it off. And if you enjoyed today's deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a launch. This is SpaceX Saga, and we'll be with you every step of the way. Through every flame trench burn, every re-entry fireball, and every catch attempt in Boca Chica. Until next time, keep looking up.